I'm miserable. I'm empty inside. I'm working on short stories called stuff like Keeping Creepy Fashionable, sending it off to my friends. It's like if you put on a Smiths album and you just let it go. That was my life. You understand? I was jealous. It was just terrible. So I'm like, what is my problem? I have a credit card. Every nightmare you can think of as a young adult, it was me. So I'm like, you don't know who the hell you are. You gotta find out who you are, son. So a lot of people know who they are because they have great parents. The parents, you know, taught them who they are. They looked up to their parents. I had a mom and dad, but I'm adopted. So my mom and dad, beautiful people, adopted me, raised me in Pennsylvania, Dutchland, Reading, Pennsylvania. And so I said, but it's not good enough. I got to meet my real mom. So my real mom was a Vietnamese lady who had to give me up for adoption during the war. God bless her. So I get on an airplane, Christmas Eve for Vietnam, and I land. It's 103 degrees. It's a nightmare. And it's Christmas Eve, and I go in the hotel room and have a nervous breakdown. And my last name is what every Vietnamese person's last name is, Nguyen. Right, Alex? My name was Nguyen Nguyen. It might be like, you know, John Smith. And so I did my research. I start going around to look for my mom. I go to orphanages. And the first orphanage I went to, I just looked at her and said, is my mom around here? And she starts signing to me. Like, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, and then she starts talking in broken English. She's like, I don't know. I don't remember you. I'm like, of course you don't remember me. You're 44 and I'm 35. How can you remember me? So then, I became real lonely over there, so I called up my friend. You probably know him. His name is Pete Chekia. And everyone knows Pete. So I'm like, Pete, can you come over here, keep me company, bring your camera, we'll do a little documentary action. Pete's like, sure. He emails me back. Pete comes to Vietnam, so we start doing this thing together, looking for my mom. We go to this other place. It was an orphanage. There's only like 2 or 3 orphanages in Saigon. Now it's a women's clothing store. Is my mom here? No. So it was just one orphanage after another, and I began to think that there was no way to find my mom. And the thing is, if you were half Vietnamese, half American like me, they burned your birth record because you were a product of a war that the Vietnamese government wanted to forget. And it was like, you know, 30 years later, so they were like, we don't want to deal with this. So I take a radio ad out, and I talk to the Vietnamese translator, and so it's on the radio now. This guy's looking for his mom. And you know, I'm walking through Vietnam, and I'm obviously bigger than every Vietnamese person there is. I could have been my own Vietnamese football team there. So then I'm like, we need a translator. We need a really attractive Vietnamese girl to help us translate. So we get one, and she helps us out. We pay her cell phone bills. They're like $8 a week. So then, while I'm looking for my mom, I start eating a lot. What else are you going to do? A bowl of that Vietnamese soup is like 34 cents. We eat like 6 of those a day. We get cucumber massages. It's ridiculous. So one day, it's like 110 outside on the street, and I feel like really just staying in and watching Star Trek reruns on my laptop. But Pete's like, no, we gotta go, we gotta take pictures of you looking for your mom. So, I'm hot, I twisted my ankle, I hurt my ear with a Q-tip, because I love Q-tips. I said, you know what, Pete, I'm done looking for my mom. I got a mom. She's in Pennsylvania, Dutchland. She drives an Oldsmobile. She makes red beet egg. She puts mustard on my ring bologna, and she grew me up. And that's it. I'm done looking for mom. And that was the done of that. See ya.
Doug, that was awesome.